Boah, was ist hier, Papa? Hier ist ein Geräusch.
Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be talking about the first ride of my boat. So a few days ago, actually on Monday, today's Wednesday, I put my boat in the water for the first time ever. The boat is not finished yet. The electronics are all built in, the bow thruster, all the water system, all the tubing, everything is built into the boat. But there's still a few things missing. Nevertheless, I wanted to try it out if the engine is big enough, if the boat handles well, if the rudder is big enough, just do a general test drive, and obviously if the boat is watertight where it's supposed to be. So this is what this was all about. I did film everything, so got a few videos for you as you saw in the beginning. But nevertheless, let's talk about some things that I still need to do on the boat. So tender wise, I have a tender for the boat as well. That's a little 4-meter rib that is going to be fitted out with a outboard motor that I'm going to design with a 3D printer myself. So I still have to finish that. The only problem I have is what kind of propeller I'm using, and that's really it. So something I want to add is, well, the cooling pump sensor at the moment is just flopping around. I have to fix it to either the engine or the engine control unit. Then the cooling pump will work. And I want to do a cooling pump override switch so that I can at any point in time override the cooling pump logic to the on position whenever I feel the need that I have to test something out or have to cool the engine because it's so hot. So next thing, I have to watertight the Stevens tube, maybe add a water protection. A water protection would be something that collects the water that is dripping from the Stevens tube because it's not really that watertight, and then we'll pump it out overboard. And also I wanted to try to add some epoxy to the Stevens tube to maybe make it a little bit more watertight. Another thing that I need to do is, currently the boat weighs about 70 to 80 kilograms. So I got 30 kilograms of ballast, I got 10 kilograms of battery, and the 20 kilograms of boat, and maybe another 5 or 7 kilograms for the pilot house. This is way too little. As you see in the videos, the boat is up very high. It's not very stable at the moment, and I first, of course, need the rolling motion that is very scale and realistic with those type of vessels. But I also need a very stable platform in order to go out in any type of weather. So I need to add a few more ballast to the boat. My dad actually bought me some small 50 centimeter long tubes that is about 12 kilograms that I will put in the back, and in the front I will put in some more 5 kilogram weights. So then it's probably finished. We'll be ending up about 100 kilograms probably of total weight of the boat. The reason why I'm not doing any water ballast that I actually plan on is that it's just too much work with all the pumps. Maybe add that later, but at the moment I'm just going ahead with normal ballast. I have to add the details on the whole hull once it is painted. So the paint scheme is going to be something like a Nordhaven N50 9 is going to be up on the screen right now. This is going to be the paint scheme. I'm going for black hull, that's simulating a kind of coating on a hull, then some beige stripe, black stripe, beige the whole hull, then white, and the pilot house is white, will be white. This is going to be the general paint scheme of my boat. Once the paint scheme is done, I can add stuff like stuff to hang fenders on, and all the little details like courtesy lights and also the light mast. It's going to be something I will be adding once the paint scheme is on. Also, I did glue a lot with a hot glue gun that is actually working quite fine for me. Even the old boat that I did years ago still holding up very nicely, but only glue stuff that is not very heavy, and actually does a good job at keeping something watertight. But there are the rails. I will re-glue them probably with epoxy glue, just that it's a little bit of a better hold. So something I have to do as well is put the anchor chain. The anchor chain is actually already in the boat. Just have to now make a tube from the anchor chain housing towards the front. My dad actually made me an anchor, probably that long, out of metal. Looks pretty cool, that I will fit to the boat, but it still needs a chain. After the paint, I will add some stickers as well. Some stickers to the boat, probably the name, the number plate. It's going to be a Georgetown registered boat. Also, I'm going to be adding a United States flag because it's a Georgetown registered vessel. Also, what I'm going to be doing is make a boat pier. I have a nice wood with some planks, and I 3D printed some floating device for a pier, and I'm going to be making a pier to go with the boat, just to make it look cool. That's probably it. That needs to be finished. So main thing is, driving wise, I need to add some weights. Then it's probably, I would say, finished driving wise. The only thing I did not test was the bow thruster, because the battery of the bow thruster that I made on my own at the moment did not work. I already figured out the problem. There were some connectors missing, so that's the reason why I could not test out the bow thruster, although I will do that probably in the near future, maybe even on Friday. So stay tuned for the updates on my channel about the bow thruster. Other than that, the boat does a pretty good job at turning on a dime without a bow thruster even, because the boat is so slow to react. I can put it in forward gear even at full throttle with the rather hard port or starboard, and it will turn on a dime, because the stern will immediately turn, followed by a little bit of a motion forward, but not a lot actually. The only problem I ran into driving it, but that is a problem that is very common on those type of vessels, and even on all of my other boats that I built within the years, is that during reversing the boat, there's not really too much of control of where I want to go. The rudder does a little or nil job of keeping me on a straight line, so this is really the only problem I have. I will find out the way of dealing with that, maybe with the bow thruster, and maybe even taking advantage of the way the boat turns during reverse operation, maybe. Let's see. But this is really the only problem I ran into. Sense of gravity, ballast, technical problems, maybe fixing up the small leakage that is going into the bilge. That is going to be pumped out automatically by the bilge pump anyways, but still. So this is something to keep in mind. But other than that, I think we are pretty much on a very good path of getting it finished within the next few weeks. I'm very curious about how the paint shop will turn out. The paint shop, I got the colors already. It's going to be a car color from painting a car. I had a very good experience with that, so it's going to be nice. So any recommendations you might have or you might want to add, obviously I'm going to be setting it all flat on the top. I know there are still some not so pretty areas around the boat. I'm going to be all making that pretty very soon. But any other recommendations you might have, please write it down in the comments below. I'm happy to write you back, and I'm happy to apply recommendations I think are worthy as well. So yeah, stay tuned for the next one. I'm gonna be putting out the next video once it is painted, and I'm pretty excited for that because it already, I think, looks pretty cool, and I'm very excited to drive it around once it is all finished up. So see you then, bye bye.
Boah, was ist hier, Papa? Hier ist ein Geräusch. Das ist ja gleich sein. Stimmt schon? Ja. Boah, wie das vor.